Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 2, and I think it's episode 4. Yes, I am full in my night clothes, and it is 9:18. I have to go to bed. I got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning so I can work. So, can't be fooling with y'all. I done already took my melatonin. I'm about to go to sleep. But yeah, I got the pillow in front of me, so I won't be showing too much of my business. For those of you who are wondering, yes, I did do... It's a Let me not move too much because it looked like it's freezing. Y'all know the lighting in here is terrible. But I did do the review for last week for Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I had to do it on my phone, and my words were not matching up with the audio. So I just scrapped the whole thing, and it's probably good that I had to, because y'all, when I tell you I was reading everybody, I was reading everybody. I don't know if I was aggravated or what. I was reading Mel, Tisha, the accountant, Martell, Marsau, Maurice, Kia with Kimmi. Everybody was getting read. Everybody, except for the babies. I was telling everybody on that last review, but it's so interesting with Mel and Tisha how they're able to point out the flaws in each other and what the other person did wrong in the friendship, but they're not able to see what they themselves may have done wrong in the breakdown of their friendship. It's just, between this episode and last episode, I am able to see how certain couples ended up together, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I'm gonna try not to talk too much about that last episode because I know y'all don't want to be here all day, but ooh, child, I was reading everybody. I'm looking for my notes. Here we go. Okay. So everybody's on the way to Gatlinburg, which is a beautiful, relaxing place. If you ever thought about going, go ahead and go. But everybody's on their way. We're kind of getting to see everybody's car rides and how everybody's looking forward to some positivity and wanting everybody to get close again and everybody to get back together and just saying the right things and doing the right things. We get a lot of that this episode. Kimmi apparently is some type of biological terrorist because she's giving Mel some type of pneumonia by talking all in her face and what's not, and says she wasn't contagious, but she was contagious because now Mel is coming in wearing a mask when they finally get there because she's sick. She is letting us know that she has something that she has to tell Martell while they are away from the kids. And we all know it's her pregnancy announcement because we've seen her on Instagram and know she's full, big belly and all of that. But everybody, again, is on their way. Martell says everybody on this trip better come correct because he ain't playing with nobody and they better not say nothing out of pocket to him or else. I was just like, or else what? What you going to do? But actually, let me not say that because Martell did show us what he was going to do if somebody came at him wrong, but we'll get to that. Okay, so when they pull up to the place, Tisha has goodie bags for everybody. Remember, she made these freaky goodie bags and she's passing them out to everybody. We hear Kimmi tell Mel that she actually had some type of fungal pneumonia. I said, oh, what is that? I had to go look that up. But apparently it's a pneumonia you can get from, like, I guess, particles and chemicals in your environment. It kind of grossed me out because I was just like, she needed to be home, whether that was contagious or not. Fungal pneumonia just sounds like something that grows like in your scalp or your hair or your feet. It just sounds like something is on you. You know, I wanted you to be at home, Kimmi, but she says it wasn't contagious. So she don't know what Mel got. She might have got it from one of her children, which, you know, was funny to me. Anyway, after they get their freak bags and, you know, have introductions, his name is Sadaris. It's like Cedric, kind of. I was calling the dude like Sadari, like Safari, but it's actually Sadari with a C. He goes ahead and lets Tisha know that Mel and Martell not gonna need their bag because they sleeping in separate rooms, okay? And I was cracking up because I thought Sadar was the one supposed to be bringing everybody together and he in there starting mess. But Mel has told Martell that he has to sleep in there with the bunk beds. We don't sleep together at home, so don't be coming here trying to sleep with me. And I was cracking up when Martell was making himself comfortable in that bunk bedroom. Meanwhile, Kimmi and Maurice in there, they so fraudulent, y'all. They in the room talking about, oh no, there's no way they're not sleeping together. Are you kidding me? It's a couples trip. That just can't be true. Whatever, y'all. Y'all knew that man was gonna sleep in there with them bunk beds, or so we think. Um, but it was funny that Sadarik even brought that up because he the one supposed to be bringing people together, but I guess. So the women go into the kitchen and they're cooking, and this is the time where they're trying to bond with each other, but it's quiet because nobody's getting along, so it's a little bit awkward, right? But the ribeye show did look good. I would have loved me one of those. So Mel brings up, I guess, to get conversation going, the boy who was killed in Huntsville. I believe his name was Nigel. He was gay. He was being bullied. Tisha brings up the fact that he was also bused into that school. So that was another layer of him being bullied, that he wasn't from around that area. He was bused in because his grades were good. So it was a better opportunity to go to a school in another part of Huntsville instead of North Huntsville, where he was from. And of course, this brings up what? The comeback group. Yes, it does. But in a good way, finally. This brings up how they had goals and they had an agenda with the comeback group to where children could go to school in their own communities because they were using these projects to try to build the community up, which makes a lot of sense. And it's just a shame that it didn't really go as planned. Well, you think we're going to get a positive conversation going about the comeback group, but that is cut short because Messi Sadari has purchased some gladiator, you know, those little foam things that you use. And he believes that the men are now going to have a fight. He thinks that this is the way they are going to solve the problems. And as soon as I saw him come in with those, I knew that that was going to be a bad idea. See, men are very physical by nature anyway. And when men are already annoyed with each other, you need to sit down, maybe play a round of dominoes or spades. Having some type of physical game is not going to be the way to go. But I have a feeling that Sadari knew that, and he just wanted to get the party started. So he come up there, he playing with Martell. He telling everybody get ready. The only person who really wants to play is Maurice. Maurice is putting on the headgear and everything because he's a big kid. And Martell is just like, I'm not playing. I'm not playing no gladiator game because I already know I'm going to get serious. I'm going to take it serious, and I don't want to go there with y'all. I'm already mad at Marceau. Okay, I don't. He said this in the confessionals. I'm not trying to play. Well, more, child, I thought I heard something. More and more, Sadari is trying to get him to play. He messing around. He pushing him with the little thing. Martell is not feeling it. So he hits Martell with the gladiator thing, and Martell completely drops the little stick, and he kind of hem him up and run up on him and push him down in the chair. They done kick the cameraman and all kind of carrying on, and they locking arms and come on, man, quit playing. Why you taking it so serious? The whole time, y'all, I was looking at the TV like this. Are y'all kidding me? Y'all some grown men. See, this is exactly why I be telling people quit all that play fighting. Okay, well, excuse me, correction. I tell kids, children, usually under the age of 14, I tell quit playing all that, quit doing all that play fighting because it always leads to something serious. I was looking at them too, like, y'all are too grown for this. Y'all took me back to my middle school playground days, and that was a long time ago. The only thing that was missing was the bell ringing, the buses being outside, and you sitting around in a circle with your friends trying to listen for your bus number so that you don't get slapped because your mama got to come down there and pick you up because you done missed your bus because you around there slap boxing and locking people up and playing and play fighting. And now you got to find a ride home. That's exactly what that whole situation reminded me of. I was just like, grown man. Grown man. But Martell did say from the beginning that he didn't want to play. So I will give him that. So I guess since he got some aggression in him, he go outside. He gonna start the fire. And he's out there talking to Mel. The guys do end up coming out there. And so Sadari gonna ask him, oh, what's up, man? You all right? You good? You got some aggression in you, and now I noticed that you was upset. And Martell said, look, it's not that anything is wrong with me. It's not that I'm really upset. But I had already told you I wasn't trying to do that. We already got certain issues going on, and I wasn't trying to play. And it was kind of annoying me, like the way they were asking him, because I felt like they was trying to get a rise out of Martell, and I don't even like Martell, but I felt like they were trying to get a rise out of him. Like, why y'all coming out there ambushing that man like that? Y'all, y'all got problems, so whatever, y'all. Sadari, he is messy. I believe that somebody puts him up to a lot of the stuff he do, but I was cool with him by the end of the episode, and we're gonna find out why. So hold on, I'm trying to keep up with my notes. Okay, so after that whole rigmarole, foolishness, we go back into the house, right? So when they get back into the house, they begin to make plates and get everybody situated at the dinner table, this, that, and the third, all cute, whatever. And the whole time that the episode has been going on, Tisha and Marsau have been screaming this whole, we just want to get along. We just want everybody to be on the same page. We don't like negativity. We don't like fakeness. We don't like this. And they're full of it. I'm tired of Tisha, especially speaking as if she has never done anything wrong or said anything wrong when it comes to anybody sitting at that table, specifically Mel and Martell. I am tired of Melody and Martell being upset with everybody else as if they did not put their own problems on Front Street. Mel put their problems on Front Street, but you know what I mean. I'm tired of them acting aggravated like they didn't know their business was out there. I'm tired of them making it seem like y'all didn't care, y'all didn't show y'all support, but then on the flip side, Mel saying she didn't want to be bothered. So it's just like, what do you two want? What do you two want? I can see, like I said earlier, I can see how certain couples got with one another because Tisha and Marsau both act like whatever they said wasn't a big deal and that they was just joking and that they were always supportive when they know they were poking fun. Then you got Mel and Martell over there that like to play like they didn't really do anything wrong and nobody was supportive of us and nobody did anything for us. And, we weren't anything but good to everybody. And we were just such these great people. And at the same time, stay out of our business, even though we put our business out there. So I can see how these couples got together. But Sadari brings up the fact that we're here because we know y'all don't have, keep it real, y'all not getting along right now. And so through the conversation, everybody kind of lays out what their issues are. The men start. And Marsau basically said that he was always supportive of Martell's relationship. He doesn't understand why Martell got so mad at him. And Martell's just like, because you were making jokes. But Marsau felt like he was making jokes because Martell was comfortable with it. So he thought that it was cool that he was making jokes. But Sadari finally gets these M's, Marsau, to realize that you can't joke with everybody about everything. Like, how would you feel if it was your wife and your situation? Would you want somebody joking about it? And Marsau says no. So he does apologize to Martell. We got to hope that he meant it. I hope that he meant it. I don't know, because he was still joking in the confessionals. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if somebody were to say he was still doing it, he going to say, no, I was just saying, I was just making a point. And him and his wife do it. But he apologizes. Martell also apologizes for cursing him out and for being aggressive with him, but he does not apologize for the cheating rumors because the cheating rumors were true. And he's not apologizing for saying that about him. Marsau does not push him to apologize to say anything about it. And so Tisha is aggravated. She wants to know why Marsau is not advocating for himself. And she believes that her husband is faithful. She knows that her husband is faithful. And why isn't Marsau requiring an apology out of him? I said, Tisha, girl, let me tell you something. Stop speaking on your man. Okay? Stop speaking on your man. I do know from personal experience, if I have any doubt in my heart that something is going on and somebody say something to me, the first words out of my mouth is going to be, well, you know what, we're going to talk about it and we're going to handle it. I'm not ever going to let you know that I'm nervous about the fact that he might be cheating, nor am I going to let you know if I know anything about him cheating, because it ain't none of your business, okay? Whatever you think you know, you're going to have to either show me some direct receipts or you just going to have to give me the information and let me do what I'm going to do with it. But I'm not going to let you know anything. And that's what I feel like Tisha needs to do. Quit speaking on it until you are 100% confident, because you're not. If you were, you would stop bringing it up. You would stop thinking that you are owed an apology for the accusations if you didn't slightly believe they were true. Just tell the truth. Between what Mel is saying, your mama updo, she putting thoughts into your head, Marsau is not really saying anything, he letting everything roll off his back, you're nervous. You think that it might be some truth to it. It's okay to say it. Y'all, Tisha works my nerves, if you can't tell. I don't dislike her, but she works me. She really does work me. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so then we get over to the women. And the women, it doesn't go as well. Tisha feels like, I just want everybody to get along. We're about positivity. We're about, we're not about all this negative energy. Here we go with that word again, negative energy. If we had a glass of wine for every time they said that, this negative energy, we're not about that. And, we just want everybody to get along. We just want everybody to move on. It just is, it is what it is. Like, we don't have to be friends. If it, I just want to be over it. I want to be done with all of that, right? No accountability, no ownership. I already told you. I'm not even going to go back over it. Then we got Mel, who kind of kicks the same thing. I feel like my character was being called into question. I feel like you were calling my character into question, never addressing the fact that you did say you wanted support. And when she tried to text you and call you, you said that was getting on your nerves. You didn't want to be reminded of your problem. So which one was it, sis? But she ain't going to address that. What she is going to address is the fact that, I started to notice that there was some influence around my husband. And, certain stuff like Tisha and Kimmi would kind of, hold on, I'm not saying it right. Mel says that they didn't really start having problems in their marriage with infidelity until they started hanging out with the Scotts. And so Kimmi is thinking like I'm thinking, like, girl, be clear about what you're saying, because all that talking around it, what are you basically trying to imply? Well, you know how y'all fix y'all man's place. And so Marcel started, oh, wait a minute, that's my Tisha's voice. Hold on, let me get right. Marcel started to think that, I can't do it tonight, I'm sleepy. But Martel started to think that, okay, Martel started to think, okay, I'm doing all this stuff with the kids and I'm a good husband. Why she not doing stuff for me like they do for their husbands? So this is when I started to like Sadaric once again. Sadaric said, look, let's keep it real here. It's one thing to be talking about fixing place. It's another thing to be talking about having sex with other women. And I said, thank you, Sadaric, because Mel was about to have to miss me with this whole fixing place business. I cannot stand when somebody brings up a conversation and you call them like, say, I'm a say names type of person. My friends hate when I do that. When they be like, well, so-and-so said, and I'll be like, who? Say names, don't so-and-so me, because I need to know how to address the situation. Mel was doing something like that, like kind of talking around it instead of talking to the real issue. We ain't got time for that. You be the main one saying don't be fake and keep it real then. What are you trying to say? Well, I'm just saying that, well, before we started hanging out with them, there were no problems in my marriage with infidelity. And so Dark wants to know, is it causation or correlation? Which one do you believe it is? Well, Mel, I think she believes that it's causation, although she never really got to a direct point. And I don't know what happened, because Marcel ends up saying to her, while you were praying, we actually were on the other hand giving him some advice, and we're men and we're trying to figure it out. Y'all explain to me what happened there, because after that, Melody just let it go and was just like, okay, I like that answer. So it was weird. It felt like something was cut out. I don't know what happened there. But again, Tisha is still mad that this whole cheating thing is being let go by Marcel. He's not advocating for himself at all. So she is starting to get suspicious of what's going on, even though she say out her mouth that she trusts her husband and all of that. So she doesn't. I think she believes there's something to it. So then everybody goes their separate ways into their rooms, and we get this whole conversation between Maurice and Kimmi about Kiowa. Now, we saw last episode where he offered to let them move to Huntsville. And at first I was thinking, how is he going to pull off paying a mortgage while living with Kimmi and paying bills in the house? But the house is already paid for, that he is going to let Kiowa and her husband, okay, she is married, move into. And Kimmi is upset because she feels like this is something Maurice should have talked to her about. She feels as if it's not okay for Kiowa to be saying things in a negative way, bad-mouthing Kimmi to the man who is now her husband. And you allowed that to happen. I don't appreciate it. You offered this up without thinking of me. And everything about it was just wrong. Now, before I get into the Maurice and Kimmi part of it, I do want to say this. I noticed that there is a certain thought process going on in regards to Kimmi and Kiowa when it comes to single mothers versus women who are not single mothers. There's a certain viewpoint. Some people are looking at Kimmi as selfish. A lot of single mothers are. And then there are those who are not single mothers who are looking at Kiowa as selfish or bitter or what have you. And I'm just going to say that I understand where both of those viewpoints are coming from. I talked about it a lot when I recorded my last video where the audio did not do right. And I can't talk about it on this review, but I'm hoping we can get into it on next review when we finally do see Kiowa. But I understand both sides of the coin, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more. However, in this regards, the person who is going to get read from the window to the wall is going to be Maurice. Maurice, you are 100% wrong for dating this woman for as long as you did, for allowing your son to spend summers with her. I think you all were living together, so spend summers in y'all's home. And at some point, you knew y'all were getting pretty serious. You should have been made it a point to introduce the two of them to one another and not on a FaceTime call. It should have been, okay, man, or whatever his name is, Monster, he got to go back to Detroit. We're going to take this opportunity to fly over with him so that you can meet Kiowa and her husband. That's how it should have gone. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Kimmi could have arranged a meeting and, Kimmi could have done this, Kimmi could have done that. Look, I date men with children. I always do. Because I like for you to get that part of your life out the way before you meet me, just in case I don't do it. And I always advocate to meet the mother of the child if we're going to get serious. I think it is something that is required. Just judging from the type of person that Kimmi is, I would also hope that she brought it up to Maurice. But either way, I charge Maurice with making sure that meeting happens. Then for you to get out there, you was wrong. Okay, you were wrong. Do I believe that Kimmi is selfish? I don't know if I really see it like that. I believe that Kimmi is highly annoyed. And I believe when it comes to this group that nobody, to me, I think Maurice is, but in his own skewed little way. But when it comes to the women, I don't know if anybody is truly thinking about Monster. I really don't. And even Maurice kind of puts his feelings ahead of the situation as well, which I could talk about a little bit more next week. But Maurice, you should have made sure that meeting happened a long time ago. You have let all kind of ill feelings and thoughts and got the nerve to be trying to sit there and read somebody about the thoughts that they're having towards somebody else that they never met. If you would have allowed them to meet, they wouldn't be having these thoughts towards each other, at least not to this degree. But all they can do is make up thoughts and fallacies and fictions and all this other stuff because they don't know any other way to do it. They don't know each other. And it's been years. That doesn't make any sense to me. Then I'm going to have to read you for sitting there and saying, what is the big deal? I'm trying to figure out how to co-parent effectively. You fussing at me and got the nerve to bring up to me your only begotten son. Last I checked, Monster was not the Christ. Am I wrong about that? Is he the second coming? Is he the Messiah? Should we sit back and behold the Holy One? I don't believe so. So quit talking like that, all them dramatics. You had got on my nerves this episode, not like you, Maurice, so I was pissed off that I had to do this to you today. But don't ever go have a conversation about things that are coming out of our household, really. Decisions that need to be made in our household, and then tell me after the fact and expect me to be 100% on board with it when you were really out of order for what you did. You were out of order. When you're in a marriage, things have to be discussed. I don't care what it is. Things have to be discussed. All right? So anyway, he wasn't wrong for arranging the meeting and inviting them down there. He was wrong for not discussing it with her first. I hope I'm being clear. So with this whole situation, I understand where Kimmi is upset, but I think that it's high time that they do meet. So the meeting does need to happen. I don't know about the husband and her moving out there. I honestly don't know how I would feel about that. And I believe that even though she's upset, I want her to try to hold it, reserve her feelings until she actually meets her, because both of them have seemingly some misconceptions about one another, and maybe this meeting will help to solve them. But we're going to talk about this situation a little bit more definitely in the next episode. I believe that was it. I think that was all. We're 24 minutes in, so that needs to be all. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and y'all let me know what you think. Do you believe that Mel and Tisha will get their relationship back where it was? What do you think about this Kimmi and Maurice and Kiowa situation? Please let me know. Do you understand the both sides of the coin that I'm talking about? The single parent side versus the non-single parent side. I promise y'all, I'm not a single parent, but my mom is one. I totally understand. Do you all feel like Maurice was wrong in the situation? Do you think Marcel is a cheater? Because more and more, he is very, very humble and quiet when it comes to the situation. I'll just say that. And Martell and Melody, y'all got to quit blaming people. There's no place to blame people for your infidelity problems. There's just no place for it. Okay, that was a weak cop out if that's what y'all was trying to do. Martell is his own man. He has enough ego and attitude and bravado to make decisions for himself. So y'all can cut that out. I wish y'all the best though, but like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. I will see y'all next week. And yes, I am reviewing Ready to Love. I know tonight was a cast introduction. I might not review this first part, but I'm definitely going to review the rest of the show. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.